Okay, next question is Julie. In 3.3, the grazing sequence presented is goats, then horses, then cattle, then sheep, with ducks or chickens in between. Why this particular order? Or is it always this order? Or would it just be an example? Well, it is just an example, really, but you've got to look at it. Goats eat 40% forage, 60% pasture. Horses like a short pick. Then cattle eat all the long pick as well, they don't mind long, and sheep go really low. Chickens scratch it all around, and of course ducks, if it's wet, paddle it all around and poddle it and puddle it. But really it can be any combination, there's all kinds. Bill was always interested in those funny little wildlife parks, you know, those funny little out of position wildlife parks. They always have a wallaby and a llama and like 50 different types of ducks and a little fish pond and a spare sheep and something like that. They have this combination of strange animals, and they let kids in to come in and have a look and feed the ducks and different things and subsidize their feed costs. Bill was really interested in that, and he pointed it out to me how good the soil is. There's usually really good soil in them funny little wildlife parks. And they're not really a zoo, they're just a combination of abandoned animals that someone's put together and put a little coffee shop or a little train ride or something around. And I got to looking at those things and thinking about it. They have great soil. These weird combinations of animals. And I remember as a kid, I used to go fishing in the park when it was illegal to go fishing in the park. We used to go down at night where people used to go all day and feed the ducks. And then all these ducks, and at night the ducks would be gone, and all this murky water full of algae would actually be brimming with fish, absolutely brimming with big fish. And you wouldn't see them in the daytime because all the ducks paddling around and scrobbling for the bread, but they'd be eating the residue coming through. And at night you could really pull them out. That's a little secret I'm telling you here. Right, they can't catch me now, it's a long time ago. But also that came back to my mind. So putting funny combinations together, really does work. Come on in, Mr. Cameraman. There we go. Look at those. So here's a load of egg layers. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me attract some goats. They'll come running up surely. Come on! Just not going to perform, are they? Come on! They'll come in a minute. Anyway, we've got chickens scratching around where we put goat forage, and where we've got bamboo actually in their bedding. The chickens are scratching the manure around and making interesting compost. The goats are adding manure. We're breeding the goats so that the males are out at the moment and the females are locked up and they have different shifts. But as soon as we put the chickens in with the goats, we didn't get any more ticks because they're eating the ticks. But they're also scratching all the mulch and all the bedding around and creating a better compost material. Just a simple little combination like that. So when you start to sequence across a pasture, if you keep your eyes open to what's happening with the pasture grasses and the diversity and the thatch, you get all kinds of things happening. So it can come in different combinations in relation to the landscape profile, the animals you're combining, and the different weather sequences. Now, the more combination of animals you've got to put into that sequence, the better it works. Let me show you another section while we go and say hello to the goats on the way. So these are our male goats. So this is Bruce. And like all male goats, Bruce pees on his beard because he thinks that smells well. So he sticks his ass into the wind and then pees downwind and puts his head in the way. So that's why they smell funny. but the milk doesn't taste like that anymore because these are beautiful Nigerian dwarfs. Come on. So we'll go over here, we'll jump shot now into the horse and cow pasture variation. Here you go, Julie, here's a grazing sequence. These guys went in here this morning, right? And this is subtropical pasture in midsummer, rainy season. They're gonna eat this right down. It'll probably be down to 6 inches by the time they've finished in about 3 days' time. Now over there, I've got my 3 horses, and that's got so long I had to slash it. Even the cows couldn't take it down low enough to take the itch off the horses. So their grass is way too long at this time of year. In winter, that sequence changes and the cows can graze off the horse paddocks and make it comfortable to graze behind with the horses. I don't have to interrupt with a slasher. It just depends on your season, the animal combination, the numbers, the size of your paddock, etc. But you've got your eye on the pasture. You're looking at the quality, the diversity, the lushness, how quickly it recovers. These are all things you keep your eye on, and it works wonderfully. Nothing does more work on this farm than these grazing animals. These grazing animals have less inputs, put more outputs, and more production of fertility. So there's very little problem with this system here at all, as long as you balance it up right. They don't take any water because all their water goes back to the pasture in a refined form called urine. So they don't take any water at all to raise. They don't have any inputs whatsoever. They're completely organic. So nothing is more efficient on this farm than this small herd of grazing cows.